Welcome everyone to Young at Heart. Today is session number 124. Unlike yesterday, misnumbered. I said yesterday was number 124, but it was not because I was confused. I was reading section number 4 of Beauty and the Beast. So yesterday was 123, was section 4 of Beauty and the Beast. Today is Sunday, and we're going through session number 124 with part 5 of Beauty and the Beast. I'm Father James DeLucio here in the Paulist Father's parlor with the air conditioning on and a nice new fresh, I have many white shirts because white is the best when we're in the midst of a bit of a heat wave. See, these are not only confusing times, they are trying times, and rather than preach to you, I think reading some children's stories might be just what we need to lighten our hearts a bit, for we can be weary, especially if we have very difficult people in our homes. Believe it or not, it happens in priests' houses too. So, yesterday we left the merchant, as he promised, to go back to the beast's house to offer himself for his misdeed of stealing the rose, but Beauty has insisted on going with him. Beauty meets the beast for the first time, and he questions her to make sure that she has come to give herself willingly. She answers with a bit of, a little bit of trepidation, and yet still courageously she says yes. The beast is satisfied, he withdraws, and now we're left with the merchant and his daughter still in the castle this night, and he is asked that he must leave Beauty in the morning. Of course, he doesn't want to. So here we go. "Oh, daughter," said the merchant, "I am almost frightened to death, believe me." He embraced her tightly and said, "You had better go back. Let me stay here." "No, father," said Beauty. "I am resolute. You shall set out tomorrow morning and leave me here to the care and protection of Providence." They went to bed, and that they thought that they should not close their eyes all night. But scarce were they laid down that they fell comfortably fast asleep, and Beauty dreamed. A fine lady came to her and said, "I am content, Beauty, with your good will. This good action of yours in giving up your life to save your father's shall not go unrewarded." Beauty awakened, and she told her father this dream, and though it helped to comfort him a little, he could not help crying bitterly when he had to take leave of his child. But take leave he must. As soon as the merchant was gone, Beauty sat down in the great hall, and she fell a-crying likewise. But as she was mistress of a great deal of resolution, she recommended herself to the care of God, and resolved not to be uneasy in the little time she had left, for she firmly believed that the beast was going to gobble her up that very night. However, she thought she might as well walk around the palace till then, and she viewed this fine castle, which she could not help but admiring. It was a delightful, pleasant place, and she was extremely surprised at seeing a door over which was wrote. It says wrote. We would say over which was written, "Beauty's apartment." She opened it hastily and was quite dazzled with the magnificence that reigned throughout the room. But what chiefly took up her attention was a large library, a harpsichord, and several music books. "Well," she said to herself, I see that they will not let my time hang heavy upon my hands for want of amusement. Then she reflected, were I but to stay here only a day, there would not have been all these preparations. This consideration inspired her with fresh courage, and she opened the library and took out a book and read these words in letters of gold. Welcome, beauty, banish fear. You are queen and mistress here. Speak your wishes, speak your will. Swift obedience meets them still. Alas, said she with a sigh, there is nothing I desire more than to see my poor father, and to know what he is doing. She had no sooner said this than, when casting her eyes on a great looking glass, she saw her home, where her father arrived with a very dejected countenance. But her sisters went to meet him, and notwithstanding their endeavors to appear sorrowful, their joy, felt for having got rid of their sister, was visible in every feature. A moment after, everything disappeared, and Beauty's apprehensions at this proof of Beast's compliance brought her hope. Soon enough it was noon, and she found dinner was ready, and while at table she was entertained with an excellent concert of music, but without seeing anyone. But at night she was going to sit down to supper, and she heard the noises of the Beast. She could not help being sadly terrified. Beauty, said the monster, will you give me leave to sup with you? Well, that is as you please, said Beauty, trembling. No, replied the Beast, you alone are mistress here. You need only bid me gone if my presence is troublesome to you, and I will immediately withdraw. But tell me, do you not think me very ugly? That is true, said Beauty, for I cannot lie. But I believe you are good-natured. So I am, said the monster. But then, besides my ugliness, I have no sense. I know very well that I am poor, silly, stupid creature. Well, 'tis no folly to think so, replied Beauty, for never did a fool know that, or a fool be so humble as to voice a conceit of his own understanding. Eat then, Beauty, said the monster, and endeavor to amuse yourself in your palace, for everything here is yours, and I should be very uneasy if you were not happy. You are very obliging, said Beauty. I own that I am very pleased with your kindness, and when I consider that, your deformity scarce appears to me. Yes, yes, said the Beast, my heart is good, but still I am a monster. Among mankind, says Beauty, there are many that deserve that name more than you, and I prefer you just as you are to those who under a human form hide a treacherous, corrupt, and ungrateful heart. If I had sense enough, replied the Beast, I would make a fine compliment back to you, but I But I am so dull that I can only say I am greatly obliged to you. And there we will leave us until tomorrow. And parting is such sorrow, but it was a joy for me to be present to the story in hopes that you too may be present to it and ponder it with a kind and courageous heart. Meanwhile, be safe, stay centered. Even if you're encountering a beast, don't let that take away your beauty. That's a very important lesson, one of many from our story. Can't you wait for the conclusion and then my subsequent commentary? I'm living in hope that that is the case. If not, I'll just have to live with it. For life is cruel, and I just have to get over it. Meanwhile, again, you take good care. Wear your masks if you're going out. Be safe. Love yourself. You're the one God made, so then you can love others. Stay healthy, and God bless. Bye, everyone.